Have you ever promised yourself, from tomorrow, I will change everything? I'll wake up early, I'll work harder, I'll stay consistent, I'll finally take control of my life. And for a few days, maybe you do. But then you fall back to old habits, back to distractions, back to the same routine. And you start questioning yourself. Why can't I stay consistent? Why do I always start strong but quit? Listen carefully. The problem is not your motivation. The problem is your system. And this is where everything changes. Because success is not built on massive actions. It is built on small actions repeated daily. This idea comes from a powerful concept explained in the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. And today, you're going to understand how tiny changes, micro changes, can completely transform your life, your business, your mindset. Not in years, but starting today. Let's start with something simple. Imagine improving just 1% every day. That sounds small, almost useless. But what happens if you keep improving every single day? That 1% doesn't stay small. It compounds. Day after day, week after week, it multiplies. And over time, you become unrecognizable. That's the power of micro changes. But here's the problem. Most people ignore small habits because they don't see immediate results. They think, if it's not big, it doesn't matter. But that thinking is exactly what keeps them stuck. Because big results come from small actions done consistently. Now think about this. If you get 1% worse every day, what happens? Slowly, you decline. Not instantly, not dramatically, but quietly. And that's how most people lose control of their life. Not through one big mistake, but through small, repeated negative habits. So the question is not, do small habits matter? The question is, are your small habits working for you or against you? Now, let's make this real for entrepreneurs, students, anyone who wants to grow. You don't need a complete life overhaul. You don't need extreme discipline overnight. You need better systems, because goals are temporary. Systems are permanent. Most people focus on goals. I want to earn more. I want to start a business. I want to become successful. But goals don't change your life. Systems do. Because goals give direction, but systems create progress. And if your system is broken, even the best goal will fail. So instead of asking, what do I want to achieve, start asking, what system will get me there? Now here's a powerful shift. Focus on identity, not outcomes. Instead of saying, I want to build a business, say, I am someone who builds daily. Instead of saying, I want to be productive, say, I am someone who works with focus. Because when your identity changes, your actions follow automatically. You don't force yourself, you become that person. Now, let's talk about the 4 simple steps that control every habit in your life. Cue, craving, response, and reward. Every habit you have follows this loop, and if you understand this, you can control any habit. Let's break it down. Cue is the trigger, something that tells your brain, start this behavior. It could be your phone, your environment, your mood. Craving is the desire, the reason you do the habit. Response is the action, what you actually do. And reward is the benefit, the satisfaction. Now here's the key. If you want to build a good habit, make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, make it satisfying. And if you want to break a bad habit, do the opposite. Make it invisible, make it unattractive, make it difficult, make it unsatisfying. Simple, but powerful. Now let's apply this. Imagine you want to start working daily on your goals, but you keep procrastinating. Why? Because your environment is designed for distraction. Phone nearby, notifications on, no clear workspace. So what do? Change the environment. Keep your phone away. Create a dedicated workspace. Set a fixed time. Now the cue changes, and when the cue changes, the habit becomes easier. This is not about willpower. This is about design. Design your environment, and your behavior will follow. Now here's another powerful concept: habit stacking. Instead of creating a new habit from scratch, attach it to an existing habit. For example, after you wake up, you read for 10 minutes. After you eat, you work on your skill for 20 minutes. After you sit at your desk, you start your most important task. You are not relying on motivation, you are linking habits together, and this makes consistency easier. Now let's talk about something critical for entrepreneurs. Consistency beats intensity. Working 10 hours once does not change your life. Working 1 hour daily does, because consistency builds momentum, and momentum builds confidence, and confidence builds identity. Now think about this. Every time you complete a small habit, you prove something to yourself. I can do this. And that belief is more powerful than motivation, because motivation fades, but belief stays. Now, let's talk about failure, because this is where most people stop. They miss one day and they quit. They break the habit once and they give up. But listen carefully. Missing once is a mistake. Missing twice is a new habit. So your only rule should be simple: never miss twice. If you fail today, show up tomorrow. No excuses, no overthinking, just continue. Because success is not about perfection, it's about consistency. Now here's something most people don't understand. Habits don't give immediate results. They work silently, in the background, like compound interest. You won't see change in a day. You won't see change in a week. But keep going, and suddenly, everything changes. That moment is called the breakthrough. And most people quit before reaching it. They stop right before things start working. So if you feel like nothing is changing, good. That means you're on the right path. Keep going. Now let's talk about entrepreneurs specifically. If you want to build something, you don't need huge action. You need daily action. Small steps every day. Learning, building, testing, improving. Because businesses don't grow overnight. They grow through consistent effort. And your habits decide your business. If your habit is distraction, your results will be average. If your habit is focus, your results will be powerful. So choose your habits carefully, because they are shaping your future. Now imagine this. You wake up every day, and instead of chaos, you have a system. You know what to do. You know when to do it. You execute. No overthinking, no confusion, just clarity. That is the power of habits. They remove decision fatigue. They save mental energy. They create flow. And when you're in flow, you perform at your best. Now let's go deeper. Most people try to change everything at once. New routine, new goals, new habits. And they fail because it's too much. Instead, start small. Very small. So small you can fail no one. Want to read? Start with 1 page. Want to work out? Start with 5 minutes. Want to build a business? Start with 1 task. Because starting is the hardest part. And once you start, momentum takes over. Now here's the truth. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your systems. So if you want better results, build better systems. If you want a better life, build better habits. Because your habits are building your future right now, every day, every choice. So ask yourself, what am I repeating daily? Because that is what I am becoming. And if you don't like the answer, good. That means you can change it. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Start small, stay consistent, trust the process. And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Because tiny changes, done consistently, create massive results. And that is how real transformation happens. Quietly, slowly, powerfully. Keep building, keep improving, keep moving forward. And most importantly, keep growing.